A chord is simply playing 3 or more notes at the same time. So in the key of G, this is a note, note, and a note. So those are 3 notes now. Striking it at once is what we call chord. So this is a chord. And a chord can be 3 notes, 4 notes, 5 notes, 6 notes. But as a beginner, the type of chord you learn first is the 3-note chord. The kind of chord you learn first is a 3-note chord. And this is what we call triads. Triads, 3-note chord. There are 4 types of triad you need to know: major triad, minor triad, diminished triad, augmented triad. I'm not going to explain intervals on how to build a triad and all that. I've done a video on that before. I believe that video can help you. I'll leave a link at the description. But I want to concentrate on the diatonic chords. So the chords I want to show you now are chords that are diatonic to the key of G. So what are diatonic chords? I've told you the meaning of diatonic, meaning belonging to the key. So when I say diatonic chords, I'm talking about chords that are associated with the key of G, chords that belong to the key of G. So every degree of the G major scale has a diatonic chord built on it. So these are the diatonic chords I want to show you now. So in the key of G, the first degree is G. What is the diatonic chord built on it is G. So the quality of chord built on the first degree of the G major scale is G. So when I say quality, what do I mean? I'm talking about quality means whether the chord is a major, minor, diminished, or augmented. So the quality of this chord is a major. So the second degree of the G major scale, the quality of chord built on it is a minor. The third degree, the quality is a minor. The fourth degree, okay, now let me show you the chords, the notes in the chords. The first degree is major, right, which has the G, B, and D. Second degree is a minor, which comprises of the notes of A, C, and E. The third degree, also a minor, which has B, D, and F sharp. The fourth degree is a major. It has C, E, and G. So this is a C major chord. The fifth degree is also a major, this D major chord. And it has the D, F sharp, and A. The sixth degree is a minor. It has, so this is E minor chord. It has a E, G, and a B. The seventh degree is a diminished, which has the F sharp, A, and C. Then back to your first degree, the 1 chord. So those are the diatonic notes, the diatonic chords in the key of G. All right, like I always say, 2 aspects, right? After knowing the theory, having the theoretical knowledge, the next thing is to practice what you have learned. So how do you practice the diatonic chords in the key of G? You just practice it by playing it like this. Yeah, so you practice it like that. And then the fingering, you can use the fingering that is comfortable for you. The 1 chord, I'm just using the 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5. Some people use 1, 2, 5 finger. You can just use a finger that's convenient for you, or you can copy my fingering. So the 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7, 1, like that. So you practice it like that. So when you have practiced, you are a bit comfortable with the right hand, then you practice the left hand. When you're done with the left hand, you put the 2 hands together. See that? So that's how to practice it. Now you can also practice your diatonic chords using arpeggio. What is arpeggio? Arpeggio simply means playing a chord in a broken way. For instance, this is G, major chord. When I say chord in this video, I'm just talking about triad. It's a kind of chord called triad. So this is G. Instead of playing G like this, I can try to play like this. So this arpeggio, playing it broken. So if I have a progression like this, 1, 4, 5, 4, I can play like this. So I'm just playing the triad and then with the octave, which is this G. So that's what I'm playing. So it adds a little more beauty in your music. So you can try to practice your diatonic chords using arpeggio. So you can practice it like this. Come back. Also do that with the left hand. So when you're done, you put the two hands together. So that's how so you can use arpeggio to also practice your diatonic chords. All right, another thing I want to talk about is inversion. What is inversion? Inversion simply means playing a particular chord in different positions. So if I have a chord like this, the chord of G, I can try to play like this. It's still G chord. I just move the G to the octave, but it's still a G chord. If I decide to move this B to the octave, I still have G chord, but different position. And still take this up, then I come back to my root position. So these are the names of the inversions. The root position, having the roots at the bottom here, you call it root position. Taking it, having the middle note as the roots as the bottom note, it becomes a first inversion. Taking this up octave, this becomes a second inversion. And taking it back up, taking this D up, that's back to your root position. So this root position, first root position, second inversion, first inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, back to the root. So you can use that to also practice your diatonic chords. So you practice it like this. Then the two chords, the same thing. The three chords, the same thing. The four chord. So when you're done with the right hand, you also do it with the left hand. So the four chord now on the left hand. The five chord. The six chord. The seven chord. Back to your one. So that's it. Then when you're done with that, practice with two hands. The two. The three chord. The four chord. So you do that to the end. So that's how, okay, let me just finish it. the 6th chord, the 7th chord, back to the 1 chord. So that's how to practice it. Now you can also do this using your arpeggio. So you practice it with both the inversion and arpeggio at the same time. So it goes like this. 2 chord. Okay, let's go back. The 2 chord. So you can do that on all the diatonic chords, even with the left hand also. So these are the practice options that you have. I promise you, if you do all these exercises, definitely you're going to experience, or you're going to observe, a tremendous change in your finger dexterity. You will discover that you are a bit flexible on the piano. The last thing I want to talk about is progression. Progression simply is a series of chords you play in a particular piece of music. At the end of the day, you are learning the piano to play songs. So, and you need progressions to play the songs. There are a lot of progressions. We have 2-5-1, 4-5-1, 1-5-1, or 1-5-1-4, or 1-6-2-5-1. A lot of progressions. So I'm going to list them here. You can use that also for your practice. You can be practicing these progressions because these progressions, these songs that you sing, they have to do with progressions. So by the time you learn this progression, you will discover that it will be easier for you to follow songs because these songs, the songs you play, probably there isn't one of these progressions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one of the progression, maybe the first one, and I'm going to show you how you can practice it using your inversions, because you are not expected to be playing only root position, no? You're not expected to play only in root position. You are expected to play in other inversions. So, okay, you know, a triad has root position, first inversion, second inversion. So basically 3 inversions. So I'm going to be showing you 3 exercises using 3 inversions. Using 3 inversions. So I'm going to use all the inversions of all the chords I'm going to play in these 3 exercises. So from there you can use it as a sample to use it to practice the other progressions. In this first exercise, the 1 chord is going to be in the root position, putting the root at the base here. The 4 chord is going to be in the second inversion. So this is a 4 chord. So this is root position, first inversion, second inversion. So you're going to play second inversion like this. So the 1 chord, the root position, the 4 chord, second inversion. Then the 5 chord, this is a 5 chord. We'll play it in first inversion. So, okay. So the 1 chord, root position, 4 chord, second inversion, 5 chord, first inversion. So we go like this. 1. That's it. So you see, I'm practicing the progression using different inversions. So that's that. Now the second exercise, the 1 chord, I've used the root position. So right now I'm going to use the first inversion. That means taking this root to the top. So I'm going to play the chord like this. Then the 4 chord, I'll use a root position. I've arranged the inversions in such a way that you will not need to move too much distance when you are changing chords. So this is the first inversion of the 1 chord, the root position of the 4 chord, and then this is the 5 chord. I'm going to be using the second inversion. So this is the root, first inversion, second inversion. So it goes like this: 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. So you see that? So that's that. That's the second exercise. Then the third one, the 1 chord, I've used the root position, the first inversion. So I'm going to be using the second inversion now. So this is the root position, first inversion, second inversion. second inversion. Then the 4 chord, I'm going to be using the first inversion. I've used the root, I've used the second. So let me use the first now, which is going to be this. So I have the one chord, which is the first inversion. The 4 chord, which is the 1 chord, which is the second inversion. The 4 chord is in first inversion. Then the 5 chord, I've not used the root position yet, so I use the root position. See, back to the 1 chord. So let's go. See? So those are the exercises you can use. You can use this, practice with this, and also use this idea to practice the other progressions. So that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I believe you have learned something from this video, especially if you are a beginner. So I'd like you to do me a favor again, help me to subscribe to this channel, and also to click the notification bell by the right of the subscribe button so that whenever I post new videos, you will be notified by YouTube. And also don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.